Everybody, we've had some computer problems, technical difficulties, but we're going to start. And welcome. Good morning. This is a code enforcement hearing of the City of North Miami. Today is July 17th, 2019, and I'm Jose Smith, Special Magistrate for the City of North Miami. The Special Magistrate is empowered under the laws of the state of Florida and the North Miami City Code to hold code enforcement hearings and hear violations. The purpose of this hearing is to determine if a code violation exists on your property as observed and cited by a code enforcement officer. If the city is not able to prove its case, then I will dismiss the case and you may leave. These proceedings are being recorded. Therefore, all persons who are speaking should do so one at a time to ensure that all of the testimony is clearly audible on the recording device. If English is not your primary language, then please inform me when I call your case. We have interpreters, translators who will assist you during the proceedings. When your case is called, the property owner, agent for the property owner, or any witnesses that you may have should come forward to the podium on the left side of the room. When asked, please speak directly into the microphone and say your name out loud, your business or mailing address, and your relationship to the property. If you are not the property owner or an attorney representing the property owner, then you must present a notarized power of attorney or an affidavit in order for your testimony to be taken on behalf of the property owner. For new cases, you will be asked for the record if you are aware and understand the violation that is being heard today. And do you understand what is required to resolve that violation? So please answer accordingly. The city will present the case first, and then the property owner, violator, will be given an opportunity to testify on their own behalf, to bring forward witnesses, to testify, to present evidence and photographs, and to cross-examine the city's witnesses. Following the case presentation, I will issue a finding of facts on the case. If I find that a violation of city codes exists or existed at your property, then depending on the type of case, I will set an abatement or compliance date for the violation to be resolved. Or for repeat violations, I will impose a daily fine amount. For new non-repeat cases, my order will include an abatement date by which you must resolve the violation, and a daily fine amount that I may impose at a future hearing date should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date. If I find sufficient cause to postpone enforcement proceedings at this time, I will table or continue the case to another hearing date in the future. If you do not agree with my findings of facts or ruling, then the property owner may appeal my administrative order on the case to the circuit court. An appeal must be filed within 30 days of the date of the execution of the administrative order to be appealed. In accordance with Florida law, if a person decides to appeal any decision made by a special magistrate with respect to any matter considered at these proceedings, then the person will need a verbatim transcript of the proceedings. This record includes the testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based. The cost of obtaining the verbatim transcript shall be the sole responsibility of the appellant. And it is recommended that persons who plan to appeal the case should provide their own court reporter at these proceedings. Pursuant to city codes, if the City of North Miami prevails in prosecuting a case before the special magistrate, the city shall be entitled to recover all costs incurred in prosecuting the case. The cost assessment is currently $100 per case. Once the city records an order that imposes a fine and authorizes a lien against the property, then the city will charge additional administrative fees to record and release the lien. So now I'm going to turn to the police officer present at these proceedings to administer the oath, and then please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Now, if you are giving testimony today on a case, please rise and raise your right hand as I issue the oath. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say aloud, I do. Okay, thank you.
Pledge allegiance.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, officer. At this time, I'm going to call upon the code compliance manager to announce any additions, corrections, or deletions from the hearing agenda, and then we will call the first case.
The following cases are cases in compliance. Archer Browning, CEBPR 2019-00012. 640 Northeast 128th Street LLC, case number CEJNK 2019-00031.
Yeah, we need to swear in the interpreters.
Sorry about
Are
that.
they here? Thank you.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the translations which you are about to give in these proceedings will be accurate and correct to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Say I do. Thank you. You may be seated.
The next case, D&D Company Property, CEZPU 2019-00015. Ergon Invisiones LLC, CESTA 2019-00017. Evarista Escoto, CEBPR 2018-00010. Vandy Nasir, CESOD 2019-00018. Gabriela Diaz, CESTA 2019-00019. La Fortune Almarant Nord, CEODS 2019-00055. Lude Merville, CESDM 2019-00006. RNM Investments Group, CEFOB 2019-00005. Postponed cases, Rashid Tahir, CTBPR 2019-00072. Roselle Noel, CEGMP 2018-00200. Shy Management, CEZPU 2019-00003. Shy Management, CEZPU 2019-00001. Shy Management, CEZ-CU 2019-00002. And those are all the amendments to the agenda.
Thank you very much. Will the city call its first case?
The first case on the ticket appeal agenda, case number CT BPR 2019-00073. I'm sorry, let me start with case number CT BMP 2019 00002 Northeast 121 Street LLC with property address 765 Northeast 121 Street. This ticket is being dismissed by the city.
Can you tell me what case, what the number is on my sheet?
I cannot, they're still loading the agenda.
Okay. Okay, can you read back the name of the case slowly?
The case name is Northeast 121 Street LLC with the case number of CTBNP.
Got it. Got it.
City will proceed with the next case on the agenda, which is case number CT-BPR 2019-00073, Marie Mazepas at address 115 Northwest 121 Street. The officer is Jose Perez.
Okay, got it. Please state your full name and street address for the record.
Déclaré non entiero avec adresse la caille. Marie Andre Mazepa. 115 Northwest 121 Street.
All right, this case has been reset from a prior hearing? Is that correct, City?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I believe at the last hearing, the property owner admitted to the violation for which the ticket was issued. The magistrate was just waiting to hear testimony as to after the fact compliance by virtue of the property owner receiving a building permit violation. The magistrate at that time had indicated that he was likely to affirm the ticket as the violation was admitted, but was looking to perhaps reduce the amount of the fine due to the property owners asking for a reduction in fine, but he was not willing to do it at that time because at that time no permit had been obtained.
Has a permit been obtained?
I'll defer to the property owner on that.
I went to the city. I was told I had to get an architect, which I do not have the means at the moment to get an architect.
So there is no permit?
No.
Okay. City, what is your recommendation?
That
Impose the fine?
that the ticket be affirmed and that the full cost be assessed. The city was willing to entertain a reduction in fine because ultimately the objective is compliance, but seeing as how there is no compliance, not even an applied for permit, let alone an issued permit in this case, we'd ask that the ticket be affirmed with costs.
What is the amount of the ticket?
$500.
Okay, so I'm going to deny the appeal and rule in favor of the city, impose the fine and costs associated with it.
Thank you, Your Honor. The following case on the agenda,
So what are they going to do?
the ticket must be paid,
Did-
and a permit must be obtained.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
The city will proceed with case number CTTRA 2019-0005, Matthews Real Estate at property address 2104 Northeast 123rd Street. The officer is Aaron Barber.
The address again?
2104 Northeast 123rd Street.
Please proceed.
Can I get my officer to please state your name for the record?
Aaron Barber, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer.
And Officer Barber, on or about May 13th of 2019, did you issue ticket number 12834 to Matthews Real Estate Partners?
Yes, I did.
Can you verify that the civil violation ticket, which is depicted on the screen, is the ticket that you issued?
Yes, this is the ticket that I issued.
And what is the nature of the violation for which you issued your ticket?
The ticket was issued for tree abuse for several trees that had been hat-racked on the on city on the 2104 property.
And how did you come upon the violation?
The violation was generated through a complaint that came initially from Durham, and I was set out to investigate the issue, the location.
And what did you find in your investigation?
I found that there were 10 trees that had been cut that appeared to be hat-racked. So information was sent over to the city's arborist for further information.
And were you able to take any photographic evidence of the violation?
Yes, I did.
Can you verify that the photos that are depicted on the screen are the photos that you took?
Yes, these are my photos.
And what is depicted in the photo array?
Photos are taken of the 10 trees that had been cut and just the condition of the trees.
And upon finding the violation, did you make contact with the city's arborist?
Yes, I did.
What is the name of the city's arborist?
The company is Triage LLC.
And did she perform any on-site inspection of the violation?
Yes, the arborist Allison went out to the property, I believe it was a day or so later, and she stayed in contact through email to let us know that the trees had in fact been hat-racked, that all 10 of the trees had been cut improperly, but that the citing for 8 was, she agreed with that.
And was she able to verify the species of the trees?
I believe from the last email that she communicated that she had not been able to identify, but that she believed that they were sapodilla trees.
And are these the type of trees that would be exempted under the city's tree code?
No, they would not be exempt.
Can you verify that this email exchange is what you relied upon in issuing your civil violation ticket? This is a email exchange sent between you and Triage LLC.
Yes, that's the email exchange.
May I see it?
And Officer Barber, in this email exchange.
Wait. Do you want to move it into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Any objection?
No, sir.
Without objection, admit it.
And in this email exchange, the city's arborist did indicate that she had viewed the violation.
Yes, she did. She noted that 10 trees had been hat-racked, had been improperly cut.
And she did confirm that this was tree abuse in accordance with Section 5-2309 of the city's code.
Yes, she did.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I assume there was no permit issued to cut the trees, correct?
No, sir.
Okay. Sir, please take your full name and street address for the record.
Francis Jacob, 2104 Northeast 123rd Street, North Miami 33181.
What is your relationship to the property?
Property manager.
Okay. Do you contest the violations?
We do?
Tell me why.
Okay, our defense is as follows. First of all, this case came up last month, and I had requested that kindly that we could discuss this internally amongst ourselves, and I was given that opportunity, but I was thrown into, I was told to speak to the zoning manager. So I tried to speak to him. He was very kind and gracious, but he said it's really not up to me. It's the arborist. The arborist says it's not. It's an internal thing, but then they threw it back into code. So I received a very polite email from the gentleman, Mr. Cook, this morning, saying that they're going to try to work it out internally. I really didn't understand regarding the mitigation. But just all that being said, I did make a quality effort to try to work it out internally because there are mitigating circumstances, and those are, these trees were all sick. I have a topography from January of 2019 here on my iPad I could give you to show you all the dead limbs and all the trees. So according to Durham and the county codes, you can cut dead limbs down even though it would be considered hat racking. So those are the rules. So I explained to them, this is the situation. They understood, they were willing to work with me, but we're still here at an impasse. So, I could submit that as evidence if you'd like to look at it, from the topography to show all the trees with all the dead limbs in 6 of the 8 trees. The second thing is, I met with the arborist that sent that email at the property on June 18th. And I have an email here from her that says, which I'd like to submit as evidence for both these things, that none of these trees currently appear to have any significant physiological trauma from the hat racking. This is the city arborist. And furthermore, she says that the manager is willing to take additional measures to protect these trees, fertilization, soil management, and so on, in order to partially mitigate the situation. And I'm willing to work with him on these options if needed. So our job was to clean up the trees and fertilize them. I have current pictures of the trees 2 months later, and they look terrific. They're sprouting everywhere. They're healthy. None of them are dying. So, Erin was sent over there by Durham. We cut these trees down on April 7th. She went there on May 13th. She's been going up and down that street for 10 years with me. And she didn't recognize that there was a tree hat racking unless somebody told her. So my issue here is they really don't appear damaged whatsoever, and they're healthy and they're sprouting. I could show you today's pictures right now. I could pass this up so you could look at it. So, my issue here is these trees are healthy. I don't need a permit to trim them. I hired a landscaping company to do this. They're the ones who trim them because these branches were dying.
But you didn't trim them, you hacked them.
Because Sir, did you look at the pictures from today?
Well, I haven't seen them yet because you haven't passed them over,
I'll
but
be more than glad to.
did you hack the trees? Did you cut the limbs, or were you just trimming it?
We were just trimming it. That's it.
Okay, let me see the pictures.
I also
Yeah.
have photos that were taken on June 27th of the condition of the trees.
I've
There-
seen those.
They are depicted up here.
There they are.
Yeah.
Just pass it over to the police officer and just show me what they look like today.
It would be from this point to the right on. Yes.
There are 10 trees.
Yes, sir. If you could see all the sprouts, if you could zoom in from the iPad, you could see all of them are, we fertilize them after we trim them as well to try to bring them back to in better shape. I could swing to the 2019 Miami landing page so you could look at it from the way they were before we trimmed them. Because that'll show you all the dead branches that were on there.
Okay, city, I'm inclined to take into consideration some of the testimony that the property owner has proffered with regards to a possible mitigation of the fines. Could you elaborate on your position on his good faith effort to try to cure the situation and maintain the trees in good order?
So the city stands firm that the trees were hat-racked. It was a violation of the city's code. We feel that the civil violation ticket should be affirmed. However, you know, any mitigation done by the property owner to try to rehabilitate the trees, the city has no objection to, Your Honor, reducing the fines to allow him to take those measures.
Okay, so the city believes that these trees will survive and thrive. They will not. What is code's position on that?
I'll let Officer Barber respond.
Mhm.
Well, I have attached photos to the case that were taken on the 27th. The arborist would have to, they're up on the screen, the arborist would have to determine whether or not the trees are healthy enough to, you know, to
May I
survive.
speak, Your Honor?
Yeah, 1 second. Anything else on the mitigation? Any? Is the arborist here?
No, our zoning person is here. I'm
Okay.
asking whether he has anything to add to the mitigation, whether there's any objection to reducing the fine to allow the property owner to mitigate.
Sir?
Okay, yes. I mean, if I would appreciate some leniency, you know, I'll do whatever it takes. That the city wants me to replant trees, add trees. I'll work with whatever capacity is needed.
All right, I'd like you to do that to the extent that you need to do work to either maintain the trees healthy or add more trees, beautify the property. Certainly, the city would welcome that. In that regard, I will mitigate the fine by 50%. So rather than a $4,000 fine as the city is seeking, the fine will be reduced to $2,000.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor. The city will proceed with case number ATANL 2019-00027, Vladimir Etienne at 12690 Northeast 2nd Avenue.
Sir, good morning. Please state your full name and address for the record.
Vladimir Etienne, 12690 Northeast 2nd Avenue.
City, please proceed.
If I can get my witness to please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Michael Fuentes, City of North Miami Animal Control.
And Officer Fuentes, on or about June 5th of 2019, did you issue ticket number 12711 to tenant Maisha Chantel and owner Amos Etienne and Vladimir Etienne?
That's correct.
Where's the ticket at? Can you verify that this is the ticket that you issued?
That's correct.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Officer Fuentes, what is the nature of the violation for which you issued your ticket?
Their animal was running at large.
And how did you find out about the violation?
I was doing a routine inspection of the area, and the animal was at large in the street, almost getting hit by a car. It was captured and put into my truck to take to the shelter.
And were you able to capture any photographic evidence of the animal roaming the streets?
Yes,
Can you verify that this photo array dated June 5th, 2019 was taken by you?
yes, those are my pictures.
Your Honor, the city would like to move into evidence the photo array.
Any objection from the property owner to the introduction of the 4 pictures? No objection. Without objection, the pictures are admitted.
And what is the type of animal in question, Officer Fuentes?
It's a lab mix.
And how did you verify where the dog resided?
Well, I went to 2 neighbors and I knocked on their door, and then I put the animal into my van to take to the shelter, but I was making out an impoundment card. So when I take it to the shelter, as I was making the impoundment card, she had come out, and I asked if that was their dog, and she said yes.
So she did claim ownership.
Yes.
And is it considered a violation of Section 4-7 of the city's code to allow your animal to roam at large?
Yes, it is.
And is it the duty of the animal owner to take all measures to keep their animal within the confines of the property line?
That's correct.
And on this date and time that you issued your ticket, had that violation occurred?
Yes, the animal was at large.
No further questions, Your Honor.
And the violation, the fine to be assessed is 100?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, do you contest the violation?
Yes, sir.
Tell me why.
Well,
Speak into the mic so everybody can hear you.
I'm currently not from the state, and I was unaware of these laws, Your Honor. And had just came back from graduation. We had no idea that the dog was not in the backyard until the officer here had came knocking.
Were you at the house when this happened?
Well, when he came to the door, yes.
Okay. All right, so your defense is you didn't know that
animal
the
was,
dog could not be outside running loose?
Yes, because our house has a fence, and we had no idea how he got out. So,
Okay. How did he get out?
I believe there's a hole, like in the backyard, because there's like a bunch of trees. I believe there's a hole in the neighbor's fence that he got through. So that's one reason, maybe.
All right. Based on the testimony that I've heard, I'm going to deny the appeal, affirm the violation, and the $100 ticket will stand. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That concludes the ticket appeal agenda. Your Honor may proceed with the regular agenda.
All right. Next case.
Under new business, Venice Lane Incorporated, case number MHVIO 2018-00357. Vanessa Willis is the officer.
Good morning.
Sir, good morning. Please state
Yes.
your full name and street address
Yes,
for the
Paul-
record and your relationship to the property.
Paul Shapiro, USA Management, Property Management for the association. The address is 1755-1766 Venice Lane, North Miami.
And you said this is a condo association?
It's a co-op,
It's a co-op,
Yes.
and you're the manager
correct,
for the co-op?
yes.
Okay.
Close it.
Let me hear from the city.
Hi, good morning. Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. They were previously cited, and I know that they have the abatement date, but the work hasn't been done, and he can explain to you what he has done at this time.
All right, so according to my notes, this has to do with resurfacing and restriping the parking lot, correct?
Correct.
All right, and has there been any work done to,
He just showed me, that's why I wanted him to give his testimony. He just showed me the estimate that he has, and he secured a contract with a company. Unfortunately, he was trying to get the survey for the property. He's still working on, he's almost finished getting the survey. He can
Right.
give you his testimony.
okay, are there any pictures for me to refer to?
Yes, give me one moment.
Let me look at my computer and see if there's anything here. Yeah. Okay, I've got it. There are some pictures
I just put up on the screen.
of the parking.
Yes, the picture of the parking lot.
Okay. And the violation is that the spaces are not properly marked?
Well, they're not paid, the whole surface, entire surface needs to be redone. So that's what he's in the process of doing.
Okay. So, Mr. Shapiro, tell me what the co-op is doing to fix the problem.
Okay. The first thing we did, we secured bids for the resurfacing and striping of the parking lot. We received the bid from Southern Asphalt on June 17th. We submitted to Southern Asphalt the survey, which the association had, but they determined that the survey wouldn't be adequate enough to present to the city to secure the permit. So we contacted a few surveying companies, and on June 28th, we received the quote from Landmark Surveyors, and their price was $775. And we signed it, and we were waiting for the survey. Knowing that we had a hearing this morning, I called Robin from Landmark Surveying and say, Robin, where is our survey? I've got to get this to Southern Asphalt in order to secure the permit. He apologized up and down. He sent an email saying that due to the weather conditions and the July holiday, that they were unable to get out there, and he apologized. But he said they will be out there today, which was yesterday, to do the survey. I'm expecting to receive the survey in the next day or so, which will then go to Southern Asphalt, and they will apply for the permit. Now, in addition to that, on June 28th, and I'm going to give all this to Vanessa for the file, on June 28th, by Florida statute, we have to allow 14 days notice to any association for a special assessment meeting. So we sent the special assessment letter out on June 28th, and the special assessment meeting was held last night and passed. So the association will be receiving the funds from the unit owners on August 1st and September 1st. It's not a well-off community, so the board wants to allow 2 months for the special assessment to come in.
What
So
is the amount of the special assessment that you're
Well-
seeking?
the special assessment was $5,000.
And the asphalt repairs with the company?
They had a breakdown. The Southern Asphalt Engineering was $1,605. The property survey, $775. We're estimating permits at $790. And then they had to replace 2 dryers because their gas bill was $1,100 a month. So they dropped 2 dryers and they added 2 electric dryers. So the total assessment was $5,000.
Okay, proceed.
We're just requesting that maybe we can get a 3-month extension. By the time the survey comes in, the survey is presented to the asphalt company, the permits are pulled, and the project is completed.
Any objection from the city?
No objection.
All right, I'm gonna table it and hope that there is some movement in terms of getting the job done and getting the special assessment collected, the work carried out. I'm gonna table it to September 18th, which is the next time I'm gonna be here, and hopefully by then the work will have been completed,
Correct.
okay?
I think the biggest delay, however, is going to be in the acquisition of the permit, because, you know, permits, they don't come 1, 2, 3. But everything is
Resurfacing with
Simple.
asphalt, it should not be difficult.
okay. Great.
Okay, so September 18th, I'd like to see the work done by then.
God willing.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Let me give you that.
Okay. Thank you.
The next case on the agenda is New Venture Properties, case number RCCOR 2018-00012. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Please state your full name and street address.
Good morning. Patrick Roberts, 100 Northeast 6th Street, Boynton Beach, Florida.
What's your relationship to the property?
I'm a manager for New Venture Properties.
Okay, city?
Good morning, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami. Basically, the property was cited a failure to obtain an approved reoccupancy certificate prior to the title transfer. They did apply for an after the fact. I did an inspection. When I did the inspection, there was some alteration to the property and the rear section of the property, which required permits from the city. Basically, it was supposed to be a single-family home, and the back section was kind of altered to form a studio unit in the back. So I spoke with a gentleman, and they're going to pull the proper permit to solve the problem. Then after that, they can apply for reinspection.
What is your recommendation?
Recommendation, they can give them whatever time they ask for to resolve the problem.
I'm sorry? Say that
Give
again.
them the time he needs to solve the problem, whatever time he thinks
Okay.
is sufficient.
Sir, what do you say to the city's position?
We accept it gratefully, and we will be in compliance within 90 days.
How much time you need?
90 days.
All right. I'm going to table it for 90 days.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Thank you, sir.
The next case is Gustavo Lorenzo, case number CESEA 2018-00001. Shanna Sanders is the officer.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Please state your full name and address.
Ernesto Santisteban, 14025 Southwest 143 Court. I'm the contractor of record.
Okay. This is about seawall?
Yeah.
Okay, let me hear from the city first.
Give me just one moment, please.
Okay.
I know it's getting on Gary's.
Which one is this one?
The next one. This one.
What do you
Current action reports. Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami, Code Compliance Officer. Thank you for waiting. This is a case for reports of previous compliance for the seawall that's in disrepair. It was originally opened August of 2018. As of yesterday, I went out to do the re-inspection. Seawall still remains in the same condition. I'll let the contractor, I believe, explain what's going on with the permitting that I don't know, so I'll let him explain. But as of yesterday, seawall still remains in the same condition.
Did this case come before me a while ago? Tell me, you know, why are we still here? Sir?
Finally, we received the approval from DERM. This is the permit stamped by DERM. And this is the application for the city of North Miami for the permit. Now we are waiting for the permit to start the job, the repairing job.
You applied for a permit?
Yeah.
When?
On the 11th.
Why don't you show that to the city, and then I'll take a look at it.
Okay, what he's showing me is plans that were submitted July 11, 2019. I'm showing here, again, that it was submitted to DERM. I am showing that we heard this case January 23rd of this year, whereas we gave them 6 months. So somewhat disappointing to see that it was just submitted last week, but I'll pass it up for you to see.
Okay, there is an abatement order entered in January, setting a fine, correct?
Yes, I'm showing here January 23rd of this year, where you found it guilty and gave them first until April, and then we gave another 2-month extension. And here we are today. They just submitted the plans. I'm showing what you may have up there, showing the 11th of this month.
What took so long, sir?
Sir, DERM, that's the time that it took to approve the permit. If you see the red stamp on the plans,
Yes.
there is a date until DERM doesn't approve those plans, I can submit it to the city.
When did you submit him to DERM?
Or probably on October or something like that last year.
Are you the contractor or the
Yes, sir.
property owner? You're the contractor.
That's the contractor.
Okay.
If you see that that thing has been submitted to the city, now we are waiting for the permit, and then as soon as the permit arrives, we're going to start.
And you're the contractor that's going to do the repairs?
That's correct,
You've been
sir.
paid, you're ready to
No,
start?
no, I just running the permit, and then as soon the permit arrives, then I'm going to get money to start doing the job. We don't took money on advance. Hopefully, that permit's not going to take long to get it. The repair is probably going to take no more than 45 days. The repair, the job.
Is the property owner living on the property?
Sure, he lives there.
City, what is your recommendation?
I would recommend we go ahead and give a guilty finding. You know, again, this has been going on since August of last year.
Yeah, I've done that already, didn't I?
Yes.
You adjudicated, but you know, now we can proceed on with the fine, if I'm correct. You know, I would like to go ahead and assess a fine, and you know, hopefully that'll give them a little incentive to go ahead and get these plans done.
Okay. Based on the testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and documents that have been placed into evidence, I find that the property has been out of compliance
Sir.
Sir, I'm ruling, since the abatement date that is reflected on the records, April 10th, 2019, and therefore I am going to ratify the fines that were set back in January of 2019 in the sum of $250 per day. Beginning today, we're going to start assessing you fines of $250. So I am going to give you an opportunity to do the work as quickly as possible, and then you may be able, to go in front of the city board and mitigate the fine. But I'm going to start running the fines as of today, $250 a day. So the quicker you do the work, the less the fines are going to be. And then whatever ultimately is the figure, the number that is assessed, then you can go in front of the city and ask for mitigation. But I believe that this has taken too long. I've been involved in a lot of seawall constructions. I live on the water. I know what a seawall is. So therefore, it's just been too long. So beginning today, I'm going to assess fines of $250.
Sir,
So
may I
it's
say
it's in your interest to move quickly.
Sir, if you see the day that the DERM stamp, those plan was on July 11, 19. The same day I submitted this on the city. It's nothing that I can do. I would like to make money. I would like to work, but I can do it until I have the permit. And it's, even you or the city can provide the permit until I got the DERM permit. I already got it on 11, the 11th. What I request is, give me at least like 3 months more, and then the job is gonna be done.
I've already ruled, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Next case.
Luis Padilla, case number RCCOR 2017-00027. Gary Beswick is the officer.
Good morning, Mr. George. My name is Santos Reyes. The address is 55 Northwest 127th Street, North Miami, Florida 33168.
Are you the owner of the property?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let the city tell me what the case is about first.
Good morning. Here, Beswick for the city of North Miami. Basically, this case is failure to obtain an approved occupancy certificate. Basically, it was applied for, it didn't pass the inspection, and the gentleman was supposed to hire a contractor to pull the permit to rectify all the issues that was found during the inspection.
There has been a prior adjudication,
Yes.
and I see that in my report, I said that no more continuances would be granted. So I'm going to let the property owner tell me why we have not complied yet. And your name again, sir?
Santos Reyes.
What's your association with the property?
Owner.
I'm showing Lorena Gomez.
Yeah, that's the previous owner.
That's the previous owner, so, okay, got it. Sir?
Yes, I remember when I came the last time, you give me 2 months to do this job. It's very difficult for me to get a price on, I have 2 contractors, but they take a little long time to give me decision about the prices. I just couple days ago I find the architect. I give the deposit already to start the job, and he work in the plans now. So I a little desperate. The other day I come to the building permit and I talk with the inspector if I can take the permit before the plant, but I say it's not possible. I need to wait for the
What kind of work is required?
for the carpool.
Garage enclosure.
Garage?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, why did you wait from back in May when the matter came before me? Why did you wait from May to yesterday or the day before to reach out to an architect?
He's the
I'm the contractor. I can talk.
Please.
My name is Joshua Peretz. Okay. So Santos came to me like after this, he couldn't make this job with other contractors, and I set him the architect for him. The architect was very busy, so it was not something that it was simple. I met the architect like 4 weeks ago in the house, and show him what's happened there. Santos is a case that he bought the house through a bank, mortgage, title company, and and everything was approved the same that the house is now. Santos didn't do any work in the house the way that he purchased the house. And Santos have he can lose the house in that case and go out, or he can fix it by himself and make it work. And I'm the contractor that will oversee all the job and be sure that he's doing that right. And we need for the permit, in 2 weeks we'll have permit submit to the city. And the permit in the city will take to approve, for my experience in North Miami, around 2 months to approve plans. And in the job, we have probably 2 months to do the job and finish that and call it the first inspection. So we need like 4 months probably.
Are you the contractor
Yes.
that's going to do the work?
Yes.
Okay. You have a contract to do the work already, or you're
Not
still-
yet, because
not
we're
yet?
waiting for submit the plans to the city. In 2 weeks, we will submit the plans. When the plans will be in, we'll see what the city coming with any requirement, because the city can have different requirements.
When are you going to file for a permit?
In 2 weeks.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you some time. I'm going to give you 3 months to do the work. So my ruling will be as follows. Based on the testimony and having heard the case previously, having looked at the documents, I find that the cited violation still exists. Proper notice has been given. I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication, set a compliance date of 90 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated. So you have 3 months. If you're running into a problem with the city, if you're not getting the inspections and documents that you need from the city, you'll tell me in 3 months. But if it's not done, then fines will start accruing.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thank you.
The next case is Matthias, case number CESTA 2019-00021. Jose Perez is the officer. This customer has 2 cases.
This is a short-term rental issue.
Short-term advertising and short-term rental.
The
two different
first one
cases.
is advertising, so we'll hear
Correct.
that first.
Correct.
Please, sir, state your full name and address for the record.
Leopoldo Matthews, and the address is 121 340 Northeast 121 Terrace, Miami, Florida 33161.
Are you the owner?
Yes, sir.
City?
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez, today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 340 Northeast 121 Terrace. Specifically, the short-term advertising. While doing my routine inspection through the Airbnb app, I observed that this property was being rented, and I have the
Was being
advertising.
advertised.
Correct, and rented, but that's a separate case. Nonetheless, I do have the advertisement as evidence taken from the Airbnb website.
Can I see it?
And as you can see from the reviews, it's been rented quite a few times as well.
Let me see the advertising.
What file is Jose?
Huh?
What file it is? What file? It's the one that says... The one that says add AD. So it's the second to last.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. All right, and so you're gonna move that into evidence?
Correct.
Okay. Any objection?
No.
Okay. Admit it?
After issuing the violation, the property owner gave me a call. He advised he wasn't aware of the ordinance. He expressed that he was going to take down the advertisement and that he was going to seize the rental. So the city requests some sort of proof that the ad was taken down, either the cancellation of the listing or some sort of letter that was sent to Airbnb indicating that it was removed.
Okay, sir. What is your response? Has it been taken down?
Yes, sir. So, I mean, as soon as I received the letter from the officers to my other property, you know, I took action almost immediately.
Do you have any evidence of that?
So I have the unlisted, and I have, you know, a lot of communication between me and Airbnb stating, you know. the
Have you
city.
shared that with a code officer?
No, but I can show
Can
him.
you do that right now?
Of course.
So the property owner did show me that it was unlisted. So we would like to get a guilty adjudication, but we'll be fine with closing in case this reoccurs. We have
Okay.
the adjudication.
All right, I'm going to rule in favor of the city on the violation because there was indeed a violation in posting that Airbnb ad, and that's a violation of Section 5-30 of the city code. I am not going to assess a fine because you have now taken down the subject advertising, and just caution you that if you repeat the violation, there will be a fine.
Appreciate that.
So we're now going to deal with the next violation, which is the actual rental of the property. So I'm gonna let the city present.
The next case is case number CESTR 2019-00005 from Matthias. Jose Perez is the officer.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to 340 Northeast 121 Terrace, in reference to short-term rental. This is in reference to a rental that I observed happening on that specific date of April 29th, 2019. I have I have one photograph from the I guess you could say renter that was staying there through Airbnb. They showed me the confirmation through their phone, and I was able to speak to the renter, and they advised that they were renting through Airbnb.
How long was the rental?
So it was from the 26th of April to the 4th of May.
Anything further?
The city is going to request a fine set for this, as it is an irreversible act in nature. In regards to the fine, I know it's up to $15,000, but we will request the regular ticket amount, which would have been $500, as it is a first offense.
Any response from the property owner?
So obviously these two violations happened simultaneously. I know I do apologize for not knowing, you know, that I was doing, you know, something not up to code. As I demonstrated, I took the listing almost immediately, and you know, it's not like this happened, you know, month or weeks after, you know, the first violation took place. So both of them, you know, happened at the same time.
Did you have a written agreement with the renters
Through Airbnb.
through Airbnb? You understand that under the city code, you can only rent 4 times a year, no less than 3 months,
90 days.
90 days.
I do
So
understand that.
going forward, please be mindful of that. So I'm going to assess the ticket price of $500 for this first-time violation, and rule in favor of the city. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next case is Alex Lanza, case number CEBPR 2019-00011. Vanessa Willis is the officer.
Sir, please state your full name and address.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Alex Lanza. My address is 755 Northwest 133rd Street, North Miami, Florida, 33168.
Are you the property owner?
Yes, sir.
City, please proceed.
Hi, Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. Mr. Lanza was cited for the fence that he's installing on his property to obtain a permit, and as of today, there was no permit application on file.
And your recommendation?
That he obtain the permit.
Okay, sir. Do you understand the nature of the violation?
Yes, Your Honor. I
What-
understand it.
And what's the problem with getting a
was-
permit?
I was out of the state for almost 10 months. I just came back about 2 weeks ago. So the problem was I just hired the contractor, and the contractor, they didn't pull the permit until today. I just hired a short bait last week, and they just told me they're a little delayed because the weather problems over here in Florida. So I couldn't take the survey in the past week, so they supposed to come this week to do it. As soon take the survey, I'm gonna pull the permit.
Has this been previously adjudicated?
Yes, it was.
What was the compliance date?
Bear with me just one moment.
July the 10th.
Well, thank you.
How much time do you need, sir?
Don't know how do the permits work over here. The city, 30 days? 60 days, she told me, so that's what I think I got.
Okay, based on the testimony of the city's code compliance officer and the evidence presented depicting that the cited violation still exists, proper notice having been given, I find in favor of the city. Enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 60 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated. So
Thank
you
you,
have
Your
60
Honor.
days. Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay, thank you.
This case was already adjudicated and the fine set was $350. It was supposed to be abated by July the 10th.
Okay,
So
I
would you
don't-
like to table it to September?
Let's do that.
Okay,
Considering that he's moving forward, let's table it,
okay.
okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The next case is Group Force North Lake, case number CEEXC 2019-00010. Edme St. Louis is the officer.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. State your full name for the record.
Scott Baxter, 1890 Northeast 150 Street. I'm the tenant at the property.
Okay? City?
Good morning, Code Officer St. Louis. This violation was it's for painting of the exterior building.
Can you show some pictures?
Yes. The picture that's up is the initial pictures from when the violation was open, March 26th of 2019.
Hang on one second. Okay. All right, I got it. All right, so the violation is failing to obtain permits, is that it?
No, it's for the painting of the exterior the building. It's a commercial, so they will need to obtain a permit for it.
All right, sir, what's the problem here?
Very long story short, this is my second landlord on this property. We've been trying to get the building painted since we moved in there when they had to do all the work. If you look at the doors and the stairs and everything and all the concrete work that was done, in order for us to move in, they had to do substantial life safety modifications to the building to repair the illegal work that had been done there already. During this time, my first landlord, we're gonna, and then I got a notice, we sold the building, you got 2 days to sign a contract with the new landlord. I met with the new landlord approximately 18 months ago. He said, what do you want? I said, I want the building painted like I've been promised for 5 years. It hasn't been done. The new landlord has now informed me that I'm responsible for painting the building. It's up to me to get it done. I have estimates. $25,000 is an awful lot of money, quite frankly, but you know, I have estimates to get the building painted. I contacted the city trying to get information on getting a permit to paint it myself, and they won't even talk to me about that. I have to hire somebody, but I am trying to move forward with getting the building painted as my landlord is sticking me with it.
Has this been previously adjudicated?
No, it's a new case.
Your recommendation?
Being that it's been open since March, and plus when the prior owner, I had mailed the same notice. Then when I noticed it was changed, I went ahead and changed the name to the new owner and also mailed him the copy. So moving forward, I'd like for an adjudication.
Who's the new owner?
Grupo Force.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Yes.
I have contacted Group Force a couple of times. I can't even get past whoever's running the office to talk to the owner. I finally gave up. As I said, I have estimates in my hand here. I'm getting estimates. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull the permits or have the painter pull the permit since I can't apparently pull one myself and have the building painted. I would ask for some time for me to get this done. I was trying to resolve what my original lease said, which was I was not responsible for painting the building. Apparently the new lease, which I was told was identical, my fault for not reading it thoroughly, says I'm responsible for painting the building. I also have to come up with $25,000 to paint the building, which is no small sum, added on top of the 60% rent increase that we suffered when the building sold. So I would ask for some time to get this accomplished. I will get the building painted, and then I'll figure it out with my landlord from there. But I really would ask for 60 days to get the building painted, please.
All right. Regardless of whether it's your responsibility as tenant or not, the owner is ultimately responsible. So, mindful of that, I'd like the city to consider citing the owner as well. But I'm going to give you 60 days, since there has not been a previous adjudication. I'm going to give you 60 days, try to get the thing done. If it's not done, I'm going to start assessing fines, and I'd like to see the owner of the building also take responsibility instead of shifting it to you as the tenant. So based on the testimony of the city's code compliance officer, I have reviewed the photographs that have been presented that depict that the cited condition still exists. Proper notice having been given, I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 60 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $350 until the violation is abated or complied with. Thank you. You got 60 days.
Thank you, sir.
The next case is Arturo Ortiz, case number RCCOR 2018-00027. Gary Beswick is the officer.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Please state your full name and address for the record.
Maria Martinez, Address is 4439 Winona.
Can you speak to the mic and a little louder so I can hear it?
Maria Martinez. Address is 4439 Winona in Stickney, Illinois.
Okay. City?
Stickney, Illinois.
No, I'm asking the city to present its case.
Good morning, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami Building Department. Basically, on the violation is failure to obtain and approve reoccupancy certificate prior for title change. So the violation is for them to apply and obtain and approve reoccupancy
And
certificate.
they haven't done that through today?
I don't see it.
No.
No, I don't recall them getting an approved reoccupancy. Normally, I close it out. So if it's on the agenda, I mean, no.
Okay, have you done an inspection of the property, or is there a violation associated with the failure to get a certificate of reoccupancy?
Hold on. I don't recall if I did an inspection, but basically, I know all I have is I notified them to apply for it, and I haven't seen. It's not in the history, so
Okay.
basically, no.
All right, so what's the problem?
We were unaware that we needed to obtain an occupancy certificate, so we'll get it done.
How much time do you need?
I don't know. If
I'm going to give you 30 days. How's
Yeah,
that?
that'll be
okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the evidence presented, proper notice having been given, I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there will be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is complied with. 30 days. Thank you.
Thank you.